Hello, everybody, and welcome to Youth Connect. I'm Aiden.
I am Kevin.
Hi, I'm Joshua.
Hi, I'm Nibras.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. Hello, everybody. For anybody that is new to the show, I just want to give a quick description. Youth Connect is a news interest entertainment show that was created during the pandemic for the community, by the community. Everyone here and my co-hosts are all young broadcasters who are interested in making their own podcasts, making music, and going into acting and broadcasting work. It's a show that I know that you are going to love. You've met my other co-hosts, but I usually start off with gaming news. Okay, guys. So if you're new to the show, again, or a reoccurring watcher, we always have to do our Spotlight Game of the Week. What is Spotlight Game of the Week? Well, basically, it's a game that I want you guys to check out, and I will be shining the light, or spotlighting, if you may, spotlighting this game. And this game actually came out pretty recently. And don't get too excited, guys, but today's Game of the Week is Aperture Desk Job. I'm going to put my foot down right now and say that this is not Portal 3. Aperture Desktop reimagines the done that kind of genre of walking simulators and puts them in the lightning spanked, endorphin gorged world of sitting still behind things. You play as an entry-level nobody on their first day of work. Your heart full of hope and your legs full of dreams, eager to climb the corporate ladder. But life's got other plans, as they all involve chairs. It was designed to actually, guys, just so you know, it's on PC, but it was designed as a free playable short for Valve's new Steam Deck, which we've discussed before. This job allows you to walk through the handheld controls and features without being as boring as it sounds, because I don't know how I'd feel about a sitting simulator, but it actually makes it quite interesting. But again, it is not Portal 3, so lower your expectations. This is not a sequel to Portal, but do get ready to raise them just a little bit, because guess what? It is in the expanded universe of the series of Portal. This job puts you separately in the driver's seat at Aperture Science, but then quickly removes the driving part and then adds a desk in front of your seat. It's a really interesting game. Even though that is meant for the Steam Deck, you can play it on your PC on Steam. I recommend that you check it out. It's actually a really fun, I would say a 40-minute, just a little fun, short game. And it is an extra expansion on the Portal series. So if you are interested in Portal like myself, and I played it, it was really good, you should check it out as well. Anyways, though, next up we have Kevin, and Kevin has with us some all-important local news. Kevin, just so you know,
Sorry.
you're muted.
Sorry. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Youth Connect with me, Kevin Aruja. Today was March 4th, 2022, and the time is now 3:34. Wow, are we getting closer to spring yet? Like, I can't wait. Without further ado, let's look at the headlines. Remaining capacity limits COVID-19 vaccine passport system dropped in Ontario. Torontonians can begin to live more fulsome life as pandemic ease locally. Ford says Ontario working to cut red tape on housing developments as a home price rise. And least but not least, Pistons hang on to beat Raptors as KC beats former team for the sixth straight time. Proof of COVID-19 vaccination is no longer required as of today, as most Ontario restaurants, gyms, and movie theaters, while nightclubs, sporting, and concert venues can get rid of capacity limits and restriction lifts on social gathering sizes. Ontario is ending most of its major COVID-19 public health measures today, though Premier Doug Ford has said mask mandates will likely be in place for at least a couple more weeks. Venues that still had capacity limits in place, including sports arena, concert venues, theaters, nightclubs, and restaurants that risk dancing, can now scrap those restrictions. As well, settings where capacity have been limited to the number of people who could maintain 2 meters of distance, including weddings and funerals, as well as detailed retail stops. Pharmacies and grocery stores can eliminate their requirements. Toronto is entering a new phase of the pandemic, and residents can now look forward to restoring aspects of our lives that previously had to be put on hold to keep people safe. The city's top doctor says that while the pandemic isn't over, improving public health indicators do mean that Torontonians can begin to live more fulsome life with COVID than they are have previously. She also said that the city can begin to contemplate gradually loosening restrictions than just a few short weeks ago were so necessary, including its mask bylaw currently set to expire in April. Toronto's rolling 7-day average of new COVID 19 cases has steadily declined since early January and now stands at 228. The number is an underestimate of the true degree of transmission because of a limited access to PCR testing, but still points to a fourth wave that is now well past its peaked. Ontario Premier Doug Ford said he is aware that housing is increasingly unaffordable for many people and reiterated that his government is addressing the problem by working to make it easier to approve new developments. Speaking with reporters at a news conference in Toronto Thursday, Ford was asked what his government will do given the average cost of a detached home in Toronto is close to $2 million. Data released Thursday by the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board, which represents Toronto area realtors, also showed that the average home price in the Greater Toronto Area has gone up nearly 28% compared to last year. Ford acknowledged that while housing used to be considered expensive in Toronto proper, prices have risen drastically across the GTA in recent years. The group said they would have a more detailed response to the province about how to do that shortly. Last month, the government unveiled its Affordability Task Force report, among other things. The report called for the province to aggressively build 1.5 million new homes over 110 years. Sorry. And on the sports news, Sadiq Bey made a driving layup with 14.2 seconds left to put the Detroit Pistons up 3 points as they hung on to beat the Toronto Raptors with a score of 108 out of 106 odds Thursday at Scotiabank Arena. Pascal Siakam led all scorers with 28 points, but had a frustrating night with the referee, eventually earning a technical foul for arguing with the officials. All of the Raptors appear to be exasperated by the referees, with head coach Nick Nurse getting ejected from the game in the third quarter. The near sellout crowd for 19,548 fans at Scotiabank Arena cheered for Nurse as he left the floor. Pistons head coach Dwayne Casey smiled as Nurse left the floor. Casey had been Toronto's head coach with Nurse, working as one of his assistants until the 2017 to 2018 season when Casey was fired in the offseason. Casey now had a 9 out of 3 record against the Raptors, including 6 straight victories. And on the weather news for our weekend forecast, we have partly cloudy with a few sunny breaks on Saturday afternoon and Sunday. Temperatures will range from -4 to -6. Wind gusts will be formed from 23 to 24 kilometers per hour. And now, our interesting fact of the week, we have Shrove Tuesday, or otherwise called Pancake Tuesday. Shrove Tuesday is a day that is celebrated by many Christians around the world before the start of Lent. That's the 6-week period that leads up to Easter. Shrove Tuesday takes place on a different date each year depending on where Easter falls. In 2022, Shrove Tuesday takes place on March 1st. Long ago, after people went to church to confess their sins on Shrove Tuesday, they often returned home to have a feast. One of the dishes that was often made was pancakes, and that tradition has continued to this day. Some people made roll up paper thin pancakes called crepes with yummy fillings, which is my favorite. That's why it's sometimes known as Pancake Tuesday or Pancake Day. Besides, making and eating stacks of pancakes, some people in parts of England and the United States have pancake races. They race down streets carrying a frying pan with a cooked pancake in it, flipping the pancake as they run. It's said that this tradition came from about an event dating back to Shrove Tuesday in 1445. A British woman was making pancakes and heard the church bells ring. Rather than be late, she brought her frying pan and pancake to church with her. The day is called Mardi Gras, meaning Fat Tuesday because people often eat rich, fatty foods before the lunch season begins. And this has been the Youth Connect. Well, this is Kevin Aruja signing off, and now over to Aiden's video gaming and board gaming news.
Thank you so much, Kevin. I hope that everyone that was watching or listening enjoyed Kevin's news. Anyways, for our second gaming news, we got some important announcement. I don't know how I feel about this one. This one's a bit strange. But recently, the Pokemon Company announced two new games called Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. These games will be released for the Nintendo Switch later this year. Along with the new games, the Pokemon Company has also released 3 new Pokemon games that will debut through these games. Both the new titles are developed by Game Freak, thank goodness, and will feature a new area. Additionally, these games will also come with 3 Generation 9 starter Pokemon. Details are which that you should check in the trailer, guys, because I won't reveal the secrets of these new starters, but these starters are interesting to say the least. The upcoming games will feature an open world where various towns blend seamlessly into the wilderness. Apparently, while most differences between the two games are not known, trainers will have a different outfit in both of the games, which will be one of the key differentiators. Apart from this, the teaser trailer and other details confirmed that there were at least 50 other Pokemons for the upcoming Pokemon video game. So that means, guys, we're going to get a brand new generation of Pokemon. If you guys know, usually a generation has around 50 to 80 types of new Pokemon. I'm just going to say on a personal note, guys, I find it a bit weird. Pokemon, how in the world is Pokemon releasing all of these new games in such short time? They are like a steam engine nowadays. And I really appreciate the new games that they're releasing. Always with new mechanics and something to really make the Pokemon community like excited for new things. So this is just a brand new part of this, and I hope you guys check out Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and check out for any important details. I'll make sure that if I find any, I'll share them straight to you guys. Anyways, though, next up is Joshua, and Joshua has with us a good story news and animal news.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Uconnect now for a good news story. 84-year-old saves neighbor from bulldozer. 14 years ago in Taiwan, an 84-year-old military veteran painted an entire government village to prevent it from being torn down. Now, age 98, the painter is still there as well as the village. Rain it since became a famous travel stop. Rainbow Village was previously a series of small one-story homes. It is now a city park where painted animals and human figures sit happily in every color you can think of along the rainbow colored boulevard. When Hung Young Fu started painting walls in the Taichung Military Dependence Village in Taichung City, it was originally to escape boredom. When Hung learned that the ghost town he and his wife live in was to be demolished, he was inspired to cover every paving stone, gutter, and door in pictures and paint. Rainbow Village is now an internationally recognized tourist attraction. Huang and his wife are its only residents who welcome curious visitors. In 2010, professors and students from the university chanced upon the paintings were struck by their cute and expressive nature, writes the Ministry of Cultural Heritage. They appealed to the Taichung city government to preserve this unexpected piece of cultural heritage and created the Save Rainbow Page campaign. As the news spreads, Huang himself began to be known as Grandpa Rainbow. The campaign was a success and the area is preserved in Taichung as an art park. The travel website Lonely Planet ranked it as one of the secret marvels of the world. In the culture trip website put it as the most Instagrammable spot in Taiwan. Because of the cost of maintaining the village, the government created the Rainbow Cultural and Creative Company, which reduces the tourist attraction to helps and supply the paint to expand their repair the murals. So folks better check out this place on your next trip to Asia. Now for both a good news and animal interest story. 81-year-old is saved from drowning by his dog's barking. 81-year-old man and his dog were on their morning walk around the lake when he lost control of his electric wheelchair. Harry Smith electric wheelchair lost traction in the mulch, which caused him to slide down on the bank and flip off his wheelchair into the water in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Mr. Smith needed help as he could not swim. He struggled to stay afloat and was nearly drowning. Knowing his owner was in trouble and man's best friend jumped into action. His trusted dog, Sarah Jane, barking like crazy, which alerted two bystanders across the street. Edward Schuling and his friend Jacob rushed over to the lake and flanked down a local police officer. When Officer Dottie arrived, he saw Smith submerged up to his neck in the water. The two bystanders and Officer Dottie worked together to pull him out of the water and up the bank. Fortunately, he was healthy enough to return home. His electric wheelchair was damaged from tumbling into the water, so the first responders pushed him back to his house with his dog, Sarah Jane, wagging her tail all the way back. The saying remains true: a man's best friend is his dog. Now, turning to animal interest news. A daughter surprises her dying mom with a visit from Bambi. Lisa McDonald and her sister had been caring for their mother in an elderly home for some time when they thought of a perfect way to bring a smile to her face. McDonald thought that since her mother loves Bambi, wears Bambi t-shirts, and has Bambi statues, and thinks deer are the most beautiful animals, what better way to cheer her up than bringing a real-life Bambi into the care home? After McDonald came up with the idea, she and her sister found a nearby couple, Chris and Simone, who own a petting zoo in Melbourne. They contracted them to see if they could come out with their deer fawn, which was coincidentally called Bambi. Mom's condition worsened quickly today. Simone and Chris didn't hesitate. They drove 2.5 hours to bring Bambi to meet Mom, Lisa told the Daily Mail publication. Out of pure love and kindness, I cannot thank them enough for what they have done for my mom and my family. She posted a series of pictures and a video on Facebook of the astonished look on her mother's face when a fawn walked into the room. What a special and touching moment, don't you think? This is Joshua Show reporting for you Connect. That's it for me. Now I'll send it back to you, Aiden.
Thank you so much, Joshua. I don't know how I would feel if I saw a deer in my room all of a sudden. But you know what? That generous thought of just, you know what? I know that the last thing I should do is just try my very best to, do something that my mother would appreciate. And that's just such a beautiful thing that they were able to do. But if I'm being honest, I don't know how I'd feel if I saw a deer in my house. I'd just be like, "Whoa, where'd that deer come from?" Anyways, for our last video game news, we have to do our board game. Now, what is our board game? Well, it's called Board Game of the Week, similar to our video game of the week, but guess what? It's a board game. And today's board game of the week is called Code Names. Now, Code Names is all about being secret, trying to be the best spy there is. But Code Games is an easy party game to solve puzzles. The game is basically divided into red and blue. Each side has a team leader, and the team leader's goal is to lead their team to the final victory. At the beginning of the game, there's 25 cards on the table with different words. Each word or each card has a corresponding position representing different colors. Only the team leader can see the color of the card. So the team leader should prompt according to the words and let his team members find out the cards of their corresponding colors and find out the cards of their own colors to win. So it's sort of like a weird kind of like interpretation game. It's an interesting plot. And this game is purely about teamwork. So if you guys are not good with teamwork, I would really consider not getting this. But if you guys want to increase some, teamwork and you want to increase your skills of friendship and just leadership in general, because when you're the leader, you have to lead your team properly, or else guess what? The other team will win. So this game is all about teamwork. So it's a really good game to check out from ages 6 to, I don't know, 280. But really, there is no number when you're playing board games. Board games is all about the fun. And trust you me, guys, this game is awesome. Anyways, this has been the Board Game of the Week and the last of my video game news. And next up, we have Nibras with some entertainment and podcast news.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys today? My name is Nibras Khan, and I'm news for the entertainment news. Let's get straight into our top story. And our top story is about Canadian pop superstar The Weeknd is partnering with the United Nations on a new humanitarian fund to fight the global hunger crisis. Yes, the United Nations World Food Program says the Toronto-born Blinding Lights singer made an initial donation of $500,000 to launch the EXO Humanitarian Fund. The Weeknd, whose real name is Abel Tesfaye, also plans to donate $1 from each ticket sold to his upcoming After Hours Till Dawn stadium tour to the fund. The UN estimates those efforts could draw another 3.5 million by the end of the next year. The UN agency says the money will support communities facing hunger in countries including Afghanistan, Yemen, and Ethiopia. Ethiopia, the country where both of Tesfaye's parents lived before they immigrated to Canada. The UN says more than 44 million people are facing famine, while another 276 million are facing severe hunger. The food program's US board of directors say it will contribute additional $1 million to support efforts in Ethiopia and help launch the EXO Fund. EXO Fund, which is named after the Weeknd's record label. Tesfaye was elected as one of the food program's global ambassadors last year, and organizers say he has donated in total $1.8 million. That's amazing. And he is a Canadian. I'm very proud of him. $1.8 million, and above that, $500,000. That's just awesome. I'm so happy. I'm really happy he's donating to the UN. It's just a big deal, guys. And now to my second story. Before I go to my second story, I'd like to give you guys a fact of the day. And today's fact of the day is, drumroll please. Did you guys know that there's a product called Lomi? And Lomi, for example, Lomi is a composter. And Lomi is this big. It's a big product. And inside Lomi, there's a grinder. So we all have grinders at home. It's a pot kind of thing. When you open the Lomi cap, there's a grinder. And you can put a food scrap, coffee grinds, and much more. For example, you're cooking something, right? You put your vegetable scraps like you put on your compost in that bin, and at the night, for example, at 10 you're finished. You press a button on Lomi. Tomorrow morning, you open, it's soil. It's actually soil. Whatever you pour, for example, vegetable scraps, it's soil. Everything it's compostable, it's soil. It turns into soil, and you can put it in your plants, plant pots, and a lot of stuff, right? I have a big backyard, and you can put it there. You can put it in your backyard or front plants. This product is amazing, right? Instead of those bins that we use in that bag that you put in, and when it's filled, you have to change. You just Lomi and just push a button. everything comes to solve. I love this product. It's so interesting. And now to my second story. So my second story is about Marvel. So from Spider-Man, Iron Man, Ant-Man to Black Panther, Black Widow, and Groot, Marvel superheroes are a league all their own. And now more than ever, many would agree that everyday heroes deserve the same accolades and admiration. That's the premise of Dole Healthy Heroes Assemble, a 9-month empowered living initiative sponsored by fresh produce leader Dole and inspired by Marvel Cinematic Universe to recruit and recognize everyday heroes in all walks of life and encourage them to continue their impactful leadership and passion to projects in their homes, families, communities, and in the world. Kicking off today, the program targets everyday heroes in 4 categories: mind, soul, heart, and home during 6-week recruitment campaigns featuring new Marvel character inspired recipes, original Dole banana stickers and Dole pineapple tags, digital downloads, in-store activation, and motivational prizes awarded to inspiring heroes at the end of each period. Dole worked closely with Marvel to develop the program, which gets inspiration from Marvel heroes, exemplary traits that anyone can attain. Spider-Man is responsible, Iron Man is inventive, Ant-Man is small but mighty, Black Widow is athletic, Black Panther is loyal, and Groot is always eager to give a helping hand. The centerpiece of the program is Dole Celebrating Superheroes Contest, which asks everyday champions to submit their own superhero stories on social media while challenging and encouraging others for a chance to win $1,000 on and other prizes. There are so many other prizes. You can win a lot of stuff, and you can even nominate people who do great for the community. Right? It's a great thing. And not even there, and the prizes can supercharge their efforts to make a difference. The contest launches in late March. So this is a great idea from Marvel and Dole, the fruit supplier. You have seen Dole's apples that you eat. It's just amazing company that is doing this with Marvel. It's just a great initiative. I always say take initiative and do something innovative and something, and this is that kind of a project, right? Who and the heroes that support our community in real life heroes, if they need support, give them support, and this is awesome. And that's all for me. As always, it's Nibras Khan from Youth Connect. I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Take care. TGIF. Back to Aiden. Bye, guys. Take care. Thank you.
Nibras, I must say that I absolutely love how Dole is supporting everyday local heroes. And I gotta say, you know what? I think that you are my local hero, Nibras, because you always share such amazing entertainment news, and it wouldn't be the same if somebody else did it. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Aiden.
Anyways, for the last bit of our Youth Connect, as I personally like to say, the cherry on top, we always have to go to Jeffrey for his live music.
Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? Happy Friday. I'm going to be playing a new original song created by Aiden and myself, and it's called Jelly Roll. Will jelly roll, one step forward, 2 steps back, roll your hips side to side, no high, no slide. Shake your hips to and fro, never let your smile go. You can do it, yes you can. Empty your pockets, give me your change. Let me grab fate, rearrange, no high. Nah, slide. Let yourself free, let me holler. Give me a chance, change your mind. Let our potentials just be. You know you wanna win to show your roll. Shake your hands to and fro. never let your smile go. Empty your mind of what you think you know. Give me your hand, help me cut fade and rearrange. Don't hide, must lie. Be the best you can be. Let me hear you say it. Wiggle, jiggle, jelly roll. One step forward, two steps back. Roll your hips side to side. Don't hide or slide. Let's go! Empty your mind of what you think you know. Give your hand now. Help me grab it, rearrange, don't hide or slide. Be the best you can be. Let me hear you say it. You know you wanna win, jelly roll. One step forward, two steps back. Roll your hips side to side, don't hide or slide. Wiggle, jiggle, jelly roll. One step forward, two steps back. Roll your hips side to side, don't hide or slide. Oh, wiggle, jiggle, jelly roll. One step forward, two steps back. Roll your hips side to side, don't hide or slide. Let's go! Thank you so much, everyone. As always, this is Jeffrey from Youth Connect. I'll see you all next week, and it's back to you, Aiden.
Do be ready, Jeffrey, because that custom song that you just sang will be incorporated in a dance. So when we are done, you're going to have to sing and you're going to have to dance. And I really do expect to see a video of you dancing while singing. Anyways, guys, I hope that you really enjoyed this Youth Connect. You know what? It takes a really good team to coordinate such an amazing live stream. And I hope that you also think that this was a really good live stream. If you did like the show, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification bell.
Other than that, guys, we will see you all next week. Have a great weekend, guys. And thank you to all my co-hosts.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Kevin.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you,
You're
Nibras.
welcome.
And of
Thank
course,
you.
thank
Bye.
you,
Welcome. Thank
Jeffrey.
Thanks for having us. Bye.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys.